Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is our fourth or fifth video. Let's see, we did an introduction, we did lines, we did circles, we did parabolas. So this is our fifth video. Now we're going to learn about ellipses. And an ellipse is just a funny name or a fancy name for an oval. And if we're going to learn how to graph ellipses and predict where we want those ellipses to be, we have to use the formula. Now, this is a tricky one, so pay close attention. X minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. All right, so that's our formula for an ellipse. We're going to go to Desmos and see how h affects the graph of the ellipse, how k affects the graph of the ellipse, how a does, and how b does. So here goes, and then we'll learn how to do parts of it, and we'll learn how to shade. Okay, oh, I'm not logged in. Hold on. All right, so first I'm going to put that parent function in. So we open parentheses, x minus h, close parentheses, caret squared. Okay, now we go outside and hit divided by a squared. Okay, now I hit the right cursor key. Okay, plus. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that just to make it a little easier and put it right there. And it's y. That becomes y. This becomes k. And this becomes b. And then it equals 1. All right, so I'm going to make sliders for all of them. All right, now that doesn't look like an oval. It looks like a circle because all these values are the same. So watch what happens when I move h around. Now h is associated with the x, so, and this is the x-axis, so we should be able to predict what's going to happen. Woo! Okay, we can move the ellipse back and forth. What does the k value do? Well, k is associated with y, so and this is the y-axis. So if the y-axis goes ups and downs, then k makes our ellipse go up and down. How about this a value? Now, this is a is also with x. This is the x-axis. Watch what a does. Whoa! Okay, now it does look like an oval. It stretches it. As a gets bigger and bigger, the ellipse gets wider and wider. And how about b? B is associated with y. This is the y-axis, vertical. So as b gets bigger, the parabola gets wide, the ellipse gets wider and wider, going up and down. What happens if a is negative? It sort of turns. See that? So we really never need to have no use for negative a or a negative b. But if you want to see what happens when b gets negative, it kind of turns too. All right. So what I want to do is I want to make an ellipse that's kind of like long in the x and y direction. I'm sorry, in the y direction, and a little more narrow in the x direction. And I want the center of it to be a little bit above the origin. So I'm going to make my b larger. Okay. I want k to be a little bit more. I want h to go to the left. Perfect. Look at that ellipse. So I'm going to type the formula for it. Actually, I'm going to, type the formula for it up here. So my h value in this case was 0. My a value was 4.6. My k value is 1. My b value was 6.6. Okay, and I can get rid of these. So the center of the ellipse is going to be the point hk. So in this case, it would be 0, negative 0, 1. So let's take a look at that. 0, 1. Look at that. That's the center of the ellipse. And the distance along the x-axis from here to here is 4.6, and from here to here is 4.6. That's what the 4.6 means. From here to here is 6.6, and from here to here is 6.6. That's the value of the b. All right. Suppose I wanted to make another ellipse right here. I'm going to put my ellipse formula. So it's, let me go like this. Let me copy all this. Paste it here. X minus h, y minus k, a squared. Oops. And b squared. Make sliders for them all. Okay. So I want to make another ellipse right here. So I'll slide it there. And I want it just like that. Let me go down a little bit. For my k, I want it right there. And for my b value, I'll shrink it just a little bit. All right. So we have, now I'm going to put in my values here when I type it in. So let me copy that. Go down and paste it. And my h value is -2. And my k value is 4. And my a value is 0.6. And my b value is 1. Okay, but now I'm going to show you a little trick. I want to shade the inside, so I'm going to do less than. And when I do less than, shades the inside. Woo! All right, now I want the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to copy this equation, paste it, and now I want my x value to move over here. I want the ellipse to move over here to where x is +2. So I'm going to change this negative to a positive and it should do everything I need. But if you weren't sure of that, you could just fool around with the sliders. And it's already shaded. All right, so now I want another ellipse that's right here. So I'm going to slide this. Use my sliders. Okay. I want the a value a little shorter. K, I want it going down. And the b value. Okay. And now I want to put another point right here. That's the point 0.43, 0.84. 0.43, 0.84. Okay, I want a little bit less x, so 0.4. And I need a little bit more y, so 0.89. No, let's do 0.9. Yeah, like that. And let's make the x a little smaller. Aha! So now I have a nose with nostrils. Look at that. And if I just wanted to do like part of a nose, I could say maybe I only want it to go from this point here, which is -0.19, to this point here, which is 0.38. So I'll go back up to this one, and I'll say negative 0.19 is less than x, which is less than, oh, that's, hold on. I did it, that's my eyeball. I didn't want that. Control Z. What I wanted was this knows, I haven't made an equation for it yet. So H is 0.1. A is 0.4. K is 1.3. And B is 0.8. Okay, and if I only wanted part of it, what did I say? About negative 0.2. Let's say negative 0.2 to positive 0.2. So we could say that x is less than negative 0.2. Yeah, I like that. Which is less than 0.2. Close parenthesis. No. Didn't work. I typed. Oh boy. Oh, it's equal to 1. We want that there. We don't want that 0.2. So we'll say that negative 0.2 is less than x, which is less than positive 0.2. I don't know what happened. Oh, I forgot to close the brace. I have 2 braces now. What the heck? Now I have none on that side. Okay, so it didn't come out the way I wanted it to be. So let me change that x to a y. See? No. Let me get rid of it altogether and see what happens. Okay, so I want from this point right here, my x is negative 0.3 to this point right here, where my x is 0.5. So let's say that negative 0.3 is less than x, which is less than 0.5. And that should do it. Oh, I see what's happening. It's doing the top and the bottom. So we really should just do the y's. Let me explain what that means. Never mind. Okay, we're not going to do pieces of parabolas, of ellipses. All right, so here we learned how to make 3 different ellipses. We shaded some, we made some little points in there to get some artwork in. So what I'm going to do is, rather than copy and paste this whole thing because I can't get all the equations, I'm going to go over here and say share the graph. I'm going to get the link, and I'm going to put the link into Jamboard. And I'm going to make it big. Okay, then I'm going to put another post-it note, and I'm going to say, follow this link to view the graphs. Okay, we only have 2 more videos to go. Good job, everybody. And I'm going to